Well, hello, my fabulous friends. I hope you're doing well. Well, I have another tarot tales from you for you that this happened, many years ago. I'm thinking 2012, 2013. So over 10 years ago. And this was, I was living in Spain at the time. So this is one of the expats. And we had a big group of British and American, and I was the only Canadian expat in Spain, and we all got together because we all could speak English to each other. So once in a while, I would do read cards. I'd bring my cards to the morning coffee, and this lady, um, she was there by herself in Britain, or she's from Britain. She was living in Spain. She wanted a fresh start. And she asked me to read the cards. She just heard from somebody and she wanted to know if they were sincere or not. Now, you have to remember this was long ago. I don't remember the exact layout. I just remember it was something like this. So, yes, she heard from a male friend. Yes, there's the message, there's the friend, there's the mail. And she knew him, like she told me a little bit about him. She knew him from school, so that's the past. And he was very wealthy, actually. He owned his own business and he was very wealthy. And they were messaging each other, and it made her really happy. Here's her being really happy, and it really brightened up her days. She was kind of going through a rough time. Her husband went back home and started an affair with somebody back home, and now she was thinking he never really did leave her. And so, anyways, it was just it really brightened her days to hear from this person. And they met on Facebook, where back in 2012, 2013, that was the big thing. You were reconnecting with all your high school friends, with all your school chums, people you've lost touch with. And he was recently divorced. So she was basically asking me, like, what are his intentions? What are his intentions? And I said to her, I said, you know what? He's actually enjoying it as well. He's enjoying catching up with you, an old friend that brightens his day. You brighten each other's day. Yes, he's wealthy. I said, how did you know he was wealthy? And she's like, well, of course he told me. And I said, Normally you hear somebody's wealthy or successful, you can kind of figure it out. Or, you've heard from other people, especially somebody deep in your past. You'd be like, wow, can you believe that? Bob has his business and man, they're rolling in it. So he actually told her that I'm wealthy. And I was like, oh. And he's going through a divorce. Yeah, yeah. And, I said, and she's like, is he telling the truth? And I said, well, I don't see real any baggage around that, around going about the divorce. There's no other lady here. This is you from his past, lighting up his life that you heard from him. Like I said, I think he's really happy to be in contact with you. And oh, okay, she said. So she said, I said, yeah, you know what? No harm, no foul. If I were you, I would continue it. Now remember, it was something like this, something like this. So time goes on, and of course we're gossiping, and oh yeah, he's still really, really chatty, and more I'm hearing from him. And before it was just, quick little, comments on a picture or something, but now we're DMing, and we're actually talking, and we're calling each other, and it's really going well. And oh, you know what? I forgot to tell you, I'm using my Tatiana's fortune cards, and you can see how beat up they are. I use these. These ones are one of the sets that I took with me to Spain. So time goes on. She's happy. He's happy, and so she asked me, what are his intentions? What are his intentions? And I said, why? And he said, well, she said, well, he wants to go away to Ibiza with me. Ibiza is how they say it in Spain. But me being Canadian, I say Ibiza. He wants to take me to Ibiza. He wants to meet me there. I said, oh, well, let's see. Let's see. So we would get cards like the road, yeah, yeah. Yeah, man from the past. We always got the man from the past. And then it started to become a joke. Like, does he have a boner for you? Sorry, that's a little crude, but and yeah, he wants to meet you to a sunny place. Yeah, 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 yeah. And friend. And oh, that then when all of a sudden the child cards started showing up. And and then something like this. Again, I don't remember exactly. I just remember the story. And I said, "Oh yeah, and I started saying, this might just start off as just a friendship with benefits, basically. But yeah, here's the message. He wants to meet you somewhere sunny, somewhere out in public, right? The garden cards is somewhere out in public. But I pointed out to her that either the child card is that, he hasn't decided if he wants to begin something, because this is the crossroads, right? Or his children, you're going to hear something about his children. I said, does he have children? Yeah, he's got three, but they're well into their teens. I said, oh, okay, so it's not like something that, I can't go because I have to babysit, or, oh, no, 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 no. The oldest one is 21 or something, and he's assured me that he can sneak away for 2-3 days when the children are with their mother. All right, I said. And I said, though, I'm not getting any love cards. We aren't getting the heart. We aren't getting the ring. And she kind of dismissed it and went, well, yeah, we're just talking like, yeah, sure, there's an attraction there. I think we're just really familiar. And maybe that's why he wants to go to Ibiza and see if we get along, or, see a few relaxing days in the sun. He works really hard and he needs to get away from his business. And he thought that would, he's going to go anyways. And would I care to join him? And I said, well, the cards say, sure, go. But I wouldn't expect anything. But I'm really kind of concerned about this child card. You don't have to begin your friendship. You don't have to. Well, I said, maybe it's like to begin to be out in public. Maybe it's to begin to be out in public. I just remember the child card really bothered me. And I just asked her, I said, well, just as long as you know that I don't see any love here. And she goes, well, of course not. How can you fall in love over line or over just talking? But we do have a big attraction. And I was like, yeah, I know what the attraction is. And she kind of laughed it off and whatnot. I said, oh, and when are you going? And she said, next month. I said, oh, all right. She goes, yeah, he asked me to book 2 rooms and book my flights. And these are the dates. And I went, oh, okay. Well, he must be serious then. So then she comes to me just about a week before she's supposed to go. And she said, I just want to know, how is this going to turn out? And I got these cards. And again, I don't know if they were exactly like this, but they were very, very close. I couldn't believe it. How's the trip going to go? There was something like this. I remember there was the whip beside the boat because she was going overseas. And I remember the fox, the message, and the fox, and the snake. And then the clouds, of course, is mental anguish about the trip and about she was being duped. And I saw this and I said, I don't think you're going. And she goes, well, I am. My flight's booked. I've got both rooms booked. And I went, oh, where did you book? And it was someplace that was extremely expensive, like really upper end. And I said, I think you're going to hear a message at the last minute that he doesn't go. And it's going to cause you a lot of distress. And she was like, what? And I said, yeah, I think he's going to cancel last minute. And I don't think he has any intentions of ever going. And she's like, no, why would he do that? Like, we're long friends and we got so much in common. And I said, I said, something is going to come up. something is going to come up. And she said, I can't see what it would be. He's, he's got the time off his business. He said he needs the relaxation. His children are with his mother. I said, I don't know. Something is coming. It's going to be sudden. You're going to hear news suddenly, and it's going to cause you a lot of distress. And I said, I think you might be going alone. I don't see any couple cards here. I don't see any love. I don't see any bouquets. And sure enough, the day before she was to go, he canceled on her. He gave some BS excuse, and which she later found out through the internet, through friends, through Facebook and other friends that she knew. He actually had some kind of warrant out. Apparently he had domestic abuse on his wife, some charges or something, and he was afraid to leave. And so she thought, because that would be the domestic charges, wouldn't it? She thought maybe he wasn't allowed to leave the country because he had those charges against him. And then she said afterwards, she said, he never really did tell me why him and his wife split up. It's always just some kind of, we just grew apart, some kind of really soft excuses. And that's probably why he enjoyed talking to her, because she didn't know that dirt on him. She wasn't living back home. But yeah, he canceled the day before, and it was some kind of excuse. And so when she told us, yeah, he canceled, and she was so disappointed, so disappointed. And I said, well, the cards told you there was no love there. And she goes, yeah, but I think I was falling in love with him. And I was so looking forward to connecting and just being with a man who wanted to talk to me and be with me. And I said, so are you going? And she said, no. She says, I would just cry the whole weekend knowing that I'm there by myself. So she didn't go. So she lost all that money, never did pay her back for his room, at least. Never paid her back, and basically ghosted her after that. Probably because he knew she found out the truth. And she was really upset because he was the one who brought it up. It's not like she brought it up. He brought it up. He was the one who suggested it. Maybe he wasn't quite charged then, but that's why she thinks that he backed out and then ghosted her. But yeah, I've got so many tales like this, but the people are still living and they watch. And of course, I'm not going to spill your secrets. I know this lady doesn't watch anymore because she passed about 2 years ago of the same cancer that the Queen passed from. And it was interesting because when I saw the Queen and they said her mobility issues and whatnot, I went, wow, she really sounds like the same cancer that my friend has. So I'm guessing after what they said about what type of bone cancer or blood cancer or whatever they said that the Queen had, I thought, oh, I think I know what cancer that was. And my friend passed away in February, and the Queen passed away in September. Well, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tarot tale. It's sad that all these ladies, of course I get mostly ladies, I get a lot of some men, but mostly ladies, and it's mostly about love and tales that really break your heart. All right, take good care. See you online. Bye for now.